Hey everyone, Camden here with the Ranking Ball preview show for February 12th, 2019. Hope everyone had a good night, a good day, watched a lot of sports, a lot of basketball games are on. Baseball is getting ready, spring training is almost here, and let's get in with the show. So, here are your scores for last night. We got the Cavs over the Knicks, Pistons over the Wizards, Pacers over the Hornets, Raptors over the Nets, Bucks over the Bulls, Rockets over the Mavs, Wolves over the Clippers, Thunder over the Blazers, and Nuggets over the Heat. Here's tonight matches. We got Lakers at Hawks, Celtics at 76ers, Spurs at Grizzlies, Magic at Pelicans, and the Jazz at the Warriors. In the news, in the NBA, with his 10th straight triple-double, Russell Westbrook set an NBA record tonight's win against the Trailblazers. He surpassed Wilt Chamberlain with the most triple-doubles in a row with 10. So really amazing night. That's pretty amazing that Russell Westbrook has been able to pull up this feat. He's trying to go for his third straight season, averaging a triple double in every match, which is ridiculous. So I'm pulling for Westbrook. I really hope that he can do it this season. Next on the news is setting a new franchise record might not always be a good thing. The Knicks lost their 17th straight game against a game when they played the Cavs the other night. This is a franchise record for the most lost games in a row. You don't really want to make history when your team is losing, and we can all assume that the Knicks are trying to, try to get some good draft results later on when the NBA draft comes next year, maybe for Zion Williams. And there's a lot of news that Kevin Durant might be going to the Knicks next year, so we'll have to see. Also, Harden extends his 30-plus point streak to 30 games. It's a 30 for 30. In the NFL, Kyler Murray decided that he will become an NFL QB, go into the draft, and has opted out of not playing for the Oakland A's. Even though the A's still hold the rights for Kyler Murray, they're not going to get anything back for it. That even though Kyler Murray is going into the NFL, the A's won't get anything in return. So kind of bad luck for the Oakland A's. Maybe he'll go and be a baseball player in the offseason later on in the future. After he gets drafted and plays his first season in the NFL, we will just have to see. Lions GM says they're going to draft a QB with the overall 8th pick. The Detroit Lions, recently, past couple of years, just haven't been good. We haven't seen the QB situation now is pretty good, but we'll have to see. There's a lot of teams out there. Either in the NFL, either you're going to have. It seems like either you have a really good QB or not. You need to have an exceptional, phenomenal QB to be good these days in the NFL and to make it long-term into the playoffs. So we'll have to see with the drafts coming up. We'll see who gets drafted. It should be exciting. Brown signed Kareem Hunt, who was let go by the Chiefs last year due to domestic violence. He was caught on tape hitting his former girlfriend. There's still a pending investigation into it by the NFL, but it seems to say that the Browns think that Kareem Hunt has changed his ways and are putting faith in drafting him. I'm not drafting him, into signing him, and he still has to wait for the investigation by the NFL to conclude if he can continue to play or any other penalties that might come to him. In esports, Riot is nerfing the Spell Thief's edge after an oppressive strategy was found that caused an unfair advantage on opponent in the lane. Just seems like you can kind of just keep on hitting your other opponent without any repercussions, and it was causing a lot of in the pros, it was causing a lot of players, fans were kind of annoyed with it. It says it wasn't producing good television, and Riot just wants to make sure that the game is continually updated and fair. PUBG Europe League has been delayed until March due to financial issues and also not being able to find the venue, being able to work out contract negotiations with that. It's supposed to start in January. So, with the rise of these other battle royale games are becoming bigger than PUBG, like Fortnite and Apex, which is gaining a lot of followers. I wonder if PUBG will still be a viable esport going into the future. We'll have to see if anybody else is still playing next year. Apex Legends surpasses 25 million players within its first week. Huge surprise hit. I've said it before, I enjoy playing the game. I think it's really fun. A huge learning curve, but as soon as I think once you get to know the guns, the maps, what's good. Everybody already knows that the Mozambique shotgun pistol is not that good right now. So I definitely recommend go out and play Apex Legends. It's a fun game. All right, tonight's featured match, we got the Celtics at the 76ers at 8 p.m. Eastern. Here's your injuries. Kyrie Irving is day-to-day, but he will not be playing that night, so look into that. And the 76ers, Justin Patton is out. Previous game starters. Here's their previous game starters when the Celtics lost to the Clippers, but the 76ers beat the Lakers. You'll notice that Harris has been in with the 76ers since being acquired by them right as the trade deadline happened. So look into that. Harris is doing pretty good for the team. So Irving is definitely going to be out in this lineup tomorrow night. So here are your possible starters for tonight's game. We got Morris, Tatum, Horford, Rozier, and Smart. Rozier is going in place when Kyrie Irving left the game the other day against the Clippers. Rozier came on in and worked pretty well with him. 76ers is going to continue with the same lineup. Here's my winning 16. Here are the 16 players I think you should be adding to your bingo board, to your grid for tonight's lineup. You look at, you notice when the Celtics without Kyrie Irving being in the matchup, you'll notice, look at these, the numbers is very evenly spread throughout. 28, 20, 23, 28, 20, 22, 20, 20, 12. You notice that these players are not going to be hogging the ball. They're not going to be they're going to be sharing the ball a lot, so expect that tonight. Who's going to be stepping up for that night? You might see Tatum and you might see Rozier stepping up, getting a little bit more fantasy points that night compared to the other. He'll probably be getting Kyrie Irving's points with that night. So look out, Rozier probably will be getting a lot more fantasy points than normal. The 76ers, you know that you got a lot of players who are keeping the big, a lot of the balls. And so usually when you have this distortion within the numbers, you got a lot of players with that, like Joel Embiid is getting a lot of points, along with Simmons and Harris. Simmons in the 30s, and then you have the 20s, Redick and Butler. So these starting five right here, you have Embiid, Simmons, Harris, Redick, and Butler. They are getting a lot of points through the match, so expect that, take that into consideration. But with that means that the rotation guys coming in aren't getting a lot of fantasy points. So you might want to put those players off to the side, or make sure they're not they're not blocking the path of any other synergies within that match. Here are my key takeaways. Celtics lost 2 in a row where they had a huge lead but blew it over the Lakers. And the Celtics, they were able to gain huge leads within the match, but later on they lost it at the end. Also with the Celtics, you'll notice that there's a lot of low energy coming from the Celtics after the trade deadline. There's not a lot of team chemistry is not happening. I think a lot of them are kind of expecting maybe Kyrie Irving, that he's out. Maybe he's somebody who is not contributing a lot of this team energy, a lot of team chemistry throughout the match. So we'll have to see how they play without him. While as the Celtics weren't able to keep their huge lead, the 76ers were able to blow out the Lakers the other night, 143 to 120. They said the other day was that Magic Johnson, because they're being blown out, Magic Johnson just left the match early and decided to just leave. And there's some other news with the Magic Johnson. He's being kind of investigated for tampering with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons asked to he wanted to work with Magic Johnson in the summer, and if the NFL approves it, they'll let him do it. But for right now, they're questioning whether it is tampering. Here last 5 games results with the Celtics and the 76ers. Celtics are 3-2, 76ers are 3-2. The numbers are pretty even along the board. Other things you might, even though the average points per game is pretty even. You'll notice even though the points are the same, you'll notice that the field goals made and 3 points made are a little bit higher for the Celtics. Got 45 over 41 and 12 over 9.6. Well, might be asking where the numbers coming over from the free throws made. So the 76ers are getting to the free throw line a lot more than the Celtics have in the past 5 games. They've definitely made a lot more, so expect them. So even though that it looks like the 76ers are when they get to the free throw line, they're doing pretty good on the free throw line. The 76ers aren't, but they are going there a lot more. So you also notice Celtics pretty good assist team. They're passing the ball with each other. They're causing a lot of good synergy with the team in that aspect, that they are able to get a lot of assists and points. So they're going to be shooting from the perimeter outside, shooting a lot more threes than the 76ers are going to be. So you're going to have 2 kind of styles playing against each other, one from the 3, one more going into the paint, and kind of expect that to result in tonight's game. Here's my final say. Expect a different look with the Celtics without Irving. And don't forget to include Rozier within that lineup. He is going to be making a lot more points. He's going to be taking Kyrie Irving's points for tonight. Also, just in general, fantasy points will be spread evenly throughout the match. Make sure you get your superstars grouped together for maximum synergy. There will be, especially with 76ers, they're going to be getting points after points after points. So expect that. This is my final lineup. It's going to be, this is how I created my bingo board. Here I have, if you notice, yesterday I kind of put opposite, but this time I'm going to go put the 2 players together like this, and we will see. Even though I think Rozier, I said Rozier's making a lot of Irving's points, I put him close to Embiid and Ben Simmons, because I think that this will also, these 2 lines will be hitting a lot as well with this line here between Tatum, Horford, Simmons, and Embiid. So I think this is going to be a good line for tonight, and these 2 are going to be good lines for tonight. So that's it for the Ranking Ball preview show for February 12th. Catch you guys later tomorrow. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Telegram, and everywhere else on social media. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.